Nếu mà bà thường nói bà có chuyện gì đó công việc do điện thoại đó.
Put your hand at your chest. Everyone say, hello, Venerable Sir.
Nice, hello everybody. So let's sit in a comfortable meditation posture. Make sure your back is erect. Very well. So let's start our meditation practice. We'll be meditating today. Let's meditate 15 minutes. Make sure your back is erect, side cast down, and we can make the first determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. From now on, for 15 minutes, I will meditate on muscles and radiate loving kindness without any movement. And with that determination, we can gently, lovingly notice the flat piece of flesh at the top of the head. We allow it to be heavy and changing. We continue in this manner to the forehead, eyes, nose, lips, chin, cheeks, ears, back of the head, We allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the head to be happy and changing. We continue to the neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, tips of fingers, chest, abdomen, back, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the upper part of the body to be happy and changing. We continue to the buttocks, thighs, knees, calves, heels, soles, toes, tips of toes, we allow all of the muscles and flesh throughout the body to be heavy and changing. And we allow all of the body parts to be changing. We give the body freedom to be the way it is. So let's watch this freedom. Let's enjoy this peace. When we have established the mind in peace, we can share our peace with other living beings. So in our minds, voicelessly, without any expectation, we allow, may all beings in this room be in peace. May all beings in this room be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thought of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. And we can gradually expand our thought of loving kindness. May all beings in this building be in peace. May all beings in this city or village be in peace. May all beings in this country be in peace. May all beings on this planet be in peace. May all beings, including me, be in peace. Now, because the time for the sitting is finished, let's make the last determination in our minds voicelessly. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. From now on, I will always be calm. And we can slowly, mindfully change the way of our sitting. Now let's take one more minute, during which we will not move at all, and just watch what's going on in the mind. Very well. So let's get to the precepts. You already know them, so you don't need the paper. So everybody can unmute and we can start right away. So I'm waiting until everybody unmutes, so check your video. You need to know how to unmute by this time. So you can keep your hands together at the chest. And let's start. Yamahang vadami tang vadetha. Aham bhante. Visaranena saha. Panchasilang dhammang yajami. Anuggaham katva. Silang detha me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Dutiyampi aham bhante. Visaranena saha. Panchasilang dhammang yajami. Anuggaham katva. Silang detha me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Tatiyampi aham bhante. Visaranena saha. Panchasilang dhammang yajami. Anuggaham katva. Silang detha me bhante. Anukampang upadaya. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami.
Buddhang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami, tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Saranaгаmanang paripunnang. So, Taolian, what is the first precept?
The first precept is
From your memory, how do you remember?
Killing living being.
The precept is not killing living beings. Panati pata vera mani sikkha padang samadhiyami. Pango. What is the second precept?
Not stealing
Yes.
from things that not others.
Yeah, not stealing is fine. Adinna dana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Adena
Adana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Ji, what is the third precept?
Sexual misconduct.
Kame sumicchachara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Kamesu vichachara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Ji, what is the fourth precept?
The fourth precept is not telling lies.
Musavada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
Musavada
veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami.
So Tianfu, what is the fifth precept?
The fifth precept is not drinking alcohol.
And it has 2 parts.
Things like that.
Things like that.
And there's some substance that make your mind unclear.
How are they called?
I don't know.
They have a special name. So Ngo Tui Ha, what is the full version of the fifth precept?
I remember that not drinking alcohol.
And the second part?
I don't know.
You don't know. Jing Kanvan. Would you know the full version of the fifth precept?
I think it's refraining from drinking alcohol and using drugs.
That's right. So the fifth precept is not drinking alcohol, not taking drugs. So you can keep your hands together at the chest and we can go through that. So Sura Meraya Majjapamada Thana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Saranena Saddhin Panchasilang Dhammang Sadhukang Surakkhitam Katva Appamadena Sampadeta.
Amavante.
May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you soon attain the eternal bliss of Nibbana. Alright, very well. So let's look at our questions. So, how many days? The last 7 days did you meditate? So everybody please come close to your screen and you can start answering. Seems like I'm getting the poll but not the results. Yeah, probably because I didn't get the rights.
Yes, but sometimes I have the problem like that. I don't know the reason.
For me, this is the first time. I think you didn't give me, co-host rights.
Yes, because I lose the connections and then I connect again. About that. Sorry about that.
Alright, so I actually do not see the result at all. So who
I
can see
tried,
the result?
I tried to check the picture I sent you, Devante.
You can share the screen.
Actually, on the Zoom, when you share the screen, I'm not sure that you can see them.
That's right. So you need to take that picture and
Oh,
save it somewhere, and then you open it in a different application so you can share it.
yes.
So this is not very successful. So let's continue.
Devante, can you see my screen? I'm not sure that it's.
Okay, good. So that's not very bad, but I think we had better times. We have just one person who did not meditate at least 3 days, which is definitely not bad at all. I would like to invite you, everybody, and encourage you, everyone, to meditate at least 5 days a week, so that meditation brings you a lot of benefits that you can clearly see and that you can clearly experience. Very well, and now let's move on to the question, when did you do your homework? Okay. That's definitely interesting. Nobody did their homework 4 days later. I see. Most of you did it indeed on the last minute or on the last day, or quite a few of you the last or the 3 days before. It is always very fortunate if you can do homework right the next day, so that you just don't have to think about homework. And now let's look at your homework right away. So I would like to ask Tan Ngo, Min Tuan, and Isabella to raise their hand. And let's start with Isabella.
Chapter 13: The Digital Invasion of the Teenage Brain. Page 206. Social isolation itself can be a stressor for teens who are roaming the digital world alone in their bedrooms. Page 220. Another consequence of the internet is that it brings a breadth of stimulation of all kinds into a person's intimate environment, allowing teens to be exposed to dozens of experiences a day, far more than previous generations had.
Thank you very much. Tan Ngo.
Chapter 13: The Digital Invasion of the Teenage Brain. Page 177. Head trauma can have lots of consequences. Even when there is no obvious major brain injury, there are many new studies that have focused on early NEA effects of concussion, and many are showing that adolescents' brains may take a kind of hit that is different from adults. Page 179. First of all, conclusions do not affect everyone in the same way, and some people may even have genetic predispositions to them. Also, conclusions are a problem not just in contact sport, but anywhere else. They can occur in non-contact sport, in in car accident, falls, and even from a severe jostling. Page 184.
Okay, that's enough. Actually, I asked you to write 2 sentences. I see you have written quite a few paragraphs. See if you can next time write 2 sentences. Select 2 sentences that you like that you will be sharing with others. Thank you very much. And let's continue to Tao Lien.
Mình Tuấn Việt Anh Tế.
So why did Tao Lien raise your hand? Tao Lien, why did you have your hand raised? Tao Lien, did I ask you to raise your hand?
Venerable Sir, I'm not raised my hand.
Okay, no problem. Leung Min Tuan.
Chapter 13, page 154. Technology is another opportunity for novelty seeking, and because the brain of a teenager is so easy to stimulate, all it takes is the latest digital toys to tease into distraction. Page 157. One of the most consuming internet obsessions for young people is video gaming, electronic video games that involve human interaction with a user interface that generates visual and audio feedback.
Okay, thank you very much. So games are made in such a way that you play them. All right. And oftentimes games actually know what will you think about, how will you think about, how will you react to the different things that you see or hear there. So if you want to liberate yourself from games, you're going against something that's very highly intelligent and that's made in such a way that you do not want to stop that. So this would require an extraordinary high intelligence and high mental power, because you are going against a whole system that has been created by thousands and thousands of people in order to get you stuck. So if you, as an individual, that means as a one person, can unstuck, well, then that means you are more clever than those thousands and thousands of people who made this system which will make you stuck. So it is virtually impossible for you to get unstuck, for you to liberate yourself from the games. And it will be even more impossible if you do not have the full potential of your brain. So how to do that? Well, we can presume that these thousands and thousands of people do not meditate. So if meditation can provide you with that additional wisdom, which these thousands and thousands of people do not have, well, then that's the way how you can get the power over your mind to unstuck yourself, even after you got stuck. But even then, it's pretty difficult. So I would like to suggest to you that you carefully continue in meditation so that you maintain your liberty, so that you maintain your freedom and your power over your mind and over your body. Because today, advertisements and movies and music and games, they're all made in such a way that you consume. So if you decide not to consume, well, then you will have to be much smarter than those who created these incentives. All right, so I'll see what is my note. The digital invasion of the teenage brain. It seems that a modest amount of gaming, like any form of learning, can actually be good for the brain. A study from the Max Planck Institute in Germany showed that gaming was associated with some regions of the brain being larger, in particular the entorhinal cortex, hippocampus, and occipital and parietal lobes. These are areas that are important for working memory and visual spatial skills. Usually, however, when you play a game, the skill that you gain and the brain skill does not get useful for anything else, for any other task. So you create a very specific skill that's specifically good for that particular game, but it's not good for anything else. So if you choose games, see if you can choose that kind of game that may actually get you, extraordinary skills that you can then use somewhere else as well. For example, adventures help you think, read carefully, make sure that your answer will be suitable, and be able to presume what could be the answer, what could be the problem that arises later, and how to resolve problems. I personally think that adventures are pretty good, especially for learning new language. If you want to learn a new language, playing an adventure game is pretty good, because you just cannot play it without understanding the language. So you need to use a dictionary and always check your dictionary and translate whatever you don't understand so that you can move on in the game. Not only is multitasking an impediment to learning, say scientists, it also can prompt the release of stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. Chronically high levels of cortisol have been associated with increased aggression and impulsivity, loss of short-term memory, and even cardiovascular disease. Multitasking can wear us down, causing confusion, fatigue, and inflexibility. So multitasking is something that you definitely must do as teenagers. You just cannot live without that. But see if you can reduce it to the minimum so that gradually you can maintain your mindfulness during your activity and improve what you're doing. It is better to do 2 activities super fast in half the time with mindfulness and full concentration and high quality than doing them slowly at the same time. Because at that same time, you cannot truly concentrate on any of them. So in the end, the quality is very low. All right. So does anyone have any question, anything you'd like to say about what we've done so far? So we will move on to in our recitation of Okata. So we were already talking about 4 out of the wrong destinations, and today we will be looking at the other 4. So the other 4 are a little more difficult, and I will have to provide you with the explanation. Otherwise, it's too much complicated. So, does everybody have a notebook? If you do, show it to me on the screen. Alright, Tanok has it. Taolian has a notebook. Anyone else? Ngo Tuiha. Anyone else has a notebook? Jingo Kanwan. Huang Chi, do you have a notebook?
I
I write my notes on my computer.
What is the app that you will use?
Evernote.
Use Evernote. What about Lang Min Tuan?
I'll use my computer.
What's the app that you will be using?
Word.
Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word. But do you actually sync it with the online OneDrive, or do you keep it offline?
I keep it a file.
I see. That's not a very good idea. It's better if you can use something that's synced online. Do you have any idea what would be the best app to use which syncs online?
Evernote.
Evernote. Do you have Evernote already?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. Wait, so you don't know whether you have Evernote on your computer?
I only use Word for it. So mostly Word I use.
I see. So would you like to try out Evernote?
Sure.
You would? Okay, so for that you will need to download it. When would you like to dedicate time to this?
After class.
After the class? Oh, well, after the class will be 10:30. Will you have enough energy to do that?
Yep.
Okay. Isabella, what do you use?
I'm using Notion.
You use Notion, okay. Ngo Tui Ha. Did you show me your notebook already? Okay. So you can everybody write the date for today. Those who are in the US as well as those in Vietnam, everybody will have August 26, 2023. And you already have the previous four destinations. Okay, so let's continue with the remaining. And this will be quite complicated. So get ready for something very hard. So number 5 is Pachantarika Niraya. Pachantarika Niraya. A hell, or it's actually not a hell, but that's how they call it. So better is to call it the world of ghosts, that is, and the edge of the world. Okay, what is the edge of the world? I don't know. I don't understand it. But that's what we have in the scriptures. So maybe later I will have some answer. For the time being, I don't know. Maybe there's another kind of world which has an edge, and you would be traveling there by some spiritual portal. Hard to tell. So these ghosts in the Pachantarika Niraya, or Pachantarika, or the world of ghosts at the edge of the world, they are standing on the top of a mountain, and then out of greed they run and run and run because they think they will get something to eat because they're so hungry. And then they jump off that mountain and they fall down into a kind of very dangerous water. And in this water, their bodies dissolve and they reappear back on the mountain. And then they again see something nice that they want to get. They again run and run and run, fall down, and again their bodies dissolve in that water with excruciating pain. So this is Pachantarika Ngaye. It's also called the hell at the edge of the world. The most important special distinguishing mark of this Pachantarika Niraya is the darkness. The Buddha said that this place is very, very dark. And there was a monk who asked, "Oh Buddha, is there a place which is darker than this world of ghosts?" And the Buddha said, "Yes, there is. When somebody did not understand suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, and the path leading to the cessation of suffering. So if somebody has not achieved at least the first level of enlightenment, then that is actually more dark. That is actually darker than the darkness at the edge of the world. So if you have not achieved at least the first level of enlightenment, then now is the time to work on that. Okay, so that's Pachantarika. Niraya. Now let's move on to number 6. Micchaditti. Micchaditti is wrong view. We distinguish 14 wrong views. So, wrong view. So we will simplify so that it's not too complicated for you. And that is not accepting the law of karma and result, not accepting the necessity to pay respect, not accepting the how to say that, the benevolence of one's parents, rejecting previous and next life, rejecting the Buddha's enlightenment. And then wrong view is rejecting the 4 noble truths. So these are wrong views in brief. So you can write it down. If you're typing, please type it out. Do not do copy paste. That is not so good. If you can type it up, it will hopefully stay longer time in your memory. Okay, so then the remaining 2 are birth as a fool who cannot understand Dhamma, and number 8, birth in time and place where the Buddha's teachings is not available. So altogether, these are the 8 undesirable destinations, or 8 wrong destinations. They are wrong because they do not lead towards enlightenment. They do not allow enlightenment. Not only that they do not lead toward it, but they do not allow the possibility of enlightenment. So as soon as you have finished, please raise your hand. Okay. Looks like we have 2 more people to finish their writing notes. Okay, so only Tien Phuc. Tien Phuc, how much remains? Did you finish writing? I cannot hear you. Seems like you're muted. Tien Phuc. Tien Phuc, can you unmute and tell us what's your situation with writing?
I don't know.
Sorry?
I have no idea about this.
Did you finish writing the notes?
No, I write.
So did you write the notes? Did you finish writing the notes?
No, I didn't.
So did you write the notes at all? So do you have a notebook?
Yeah, I have.
You do. So did you write the date in your notebook for today?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So did you write also the remaining 5 wrong destinations as I wrote them in the chat box?
Yeah, I wrote it.
You finished it all? So you also wrote the number 8, birth in time and place where the Buddha's teachings is not available?
No, I haven't finished the number 8.
You haven't finished number 8. Okay, so we're waiting for you.
Okay, I'm finished it.
Great. So everybody can remove your Zoom hand. I think this was pretty much enough. Everything what I wanted to tell you today. It was a pleasure to see everyone, and I hope to see you next week. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bante. Everyone, can you please unmute? Everyone, can you put your hand at your chest? Now, everyone, can you say goodbye, Venerable Sir?
Goodbye,
Yes, thank you.